Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Financial Investor channel. My name is Brent, and today we're going to be talking about taxes and allowances. Did you get a tax refund in 2018 and you jumped in the air and you said, hey, I'm excited, I got $2,000, $3,000 back? I saw many people over on Facebook that were very excited to have $3,000 for them to invest in the market. Well, you know, I had a user in one of the Facebook groups. He said, "Hey, I got $3,000 back. What should I invest in? Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble." He listed off 5 or so different stocks, expecting a response or responses that were pertaining to those stocks. What he got was about 3 or 4 smart investors out there that said, "Hey, why did you give the government a 0% interest loan?" The one guy's like, "What? What do you mean?" Well, every single time that you paid the government, if you made some sort of an income, so here, when do you have to pay interest? When do you get your money taxed? Every time you earn some sort of an income. So here, in order to understand how allowances work, it might actually help to understand the concept of withholding. Whenever you are paid, a certain amount of income tax is automatically withdrawn or withheld from your checks and turned over to the IRS. If you mark 0 on your W-4, I believe, then your total income is going to get taxed. So if you mark 0 and you make $2,000, that $2,000 is going to get taxed at $2,000. If you have one allowance, your $2,000 that you make, because you have that one allowance, you're only going to get taxed on that $1,800. So instead of having $200 removed from your $200 removed from the income tax, you're only going to have, say, $180 removed from your income tax. That's an extra $20 working for you if you invest it smartly. So what we're going to be doing here is covering, the differences in allowance. So they kind of go over here and talk a little bit about when you getting the withholding tax, when it'll actually play a part. So basically, withholding tax can also be collected from individuals who receive earnings from gambling, bonuses, and commissions. So if you're getting paid out at work, if you're getting paid out through gambling, bonuses, commissions, you're going to get tax withheld. And also it can be withheld from pensions. If you're a business owner, independent contractor, you withhold your own income taxes by paying estimated taxes. So tax withholding becomes an issue whenever you're filing out your W-4. So whenever you get a new job, normally they have you fill out your W-4. How, are you married? Are you not married? Do you have any dependents? Most people mark like a 0 or a 1 or a 2 because they are themselves. They also have their spouse. They may have a child, so they may end up marking around 3 or 4. So let's go ahead and go a little bit further. So withholding allowances directly affects how much money is withheld from your pay. Claiming more allowances will allow the amount of income tax that is taken out of your check. So claiming more allowances will lower the amount of income tax that's taken out of your check. Conversely, if the total number of allowances you're claiming is 0, that means you have the most income tax withheld from your take-home pay. So you're out there, you're married, you have a kid, but you mark 0 on your W-4. If you make $2,000, you're going to get taxed on that $2,000. You just paid the government an extra $200. We'll just say you pay the government $200. You repeat that throughout the year. That's $400 every month by 12. By the end of the year, that's 4 and 12. That's $2,400 that you paid the government extra. So you gave the government $2,400 essentially of just extra money at a 0% loan. Whereas if you had just marked it up because you're married, you marked it up a little bit. Because you have a dependent, you marked it up a little bit. Because you have these other allowances that you're supposed to be selecting, you may have actually expected to have 5 allowances. So 5, that would mean that you're only taxed at $1,000. So instead of paying the government $200, you only paid them $50. So at the end of the year, you paid them 100 by 12. You paid them $1,200 versus $2,400. At the end of the year, you don't owe anything. You don't have to refund anything. You didn't give the government a 0% loan. I know other people that like to claim much higher in order to get more of that take-home pay. They will claim 5, they will claim 8, they will claim 9, because that means that their actual income tax that's getting taxed is much lower. They might be making $3,000, but of that $3,000, they're only getting roughly $500 of it taxed. They're getting an extra $600, $500 take-home pay. They're investing it in the market. They're investing it in a high-yield savings account. At the end of the year, when they do their taxes, okay, Uncle Sam wants their $200, $300, $400 back that they were supposed to get. Okay, here you go. Here's that $400. Thank you for letting me use it throughout the year. I'm paying it back to you now. You know, it's worked for me in the stock market. It's worked for me in a high yield savings account. It's made me an extra $600, $800, $1,000. So that is how the allowances should go. So how many allowances should you claim? Here's an interesting article that talks a little bit about that. Claiming allowances for itemized deductions, claiming for exception of withholding, takeaway. So very good article here. If you guys are interested in checking it out, I will have it in the description below. You guys can read it. Now, the IRS just released their withholding calculator for 2018. So going into 2018, this takes about 15 minutes to complete. You can go ahead and go over to the IRS. I'll have this link in the description as well. You click on the withholding calculator. I'm married. Nobody else can claim me. Continue. It takes about 15 minutes. Kind of goes through, asks you a whole bunch of questions, and continue. And it kicked me back out because I didn't have any information in. Here is the old 2017 federal withholding tax calculator. Now we're going to be using this in our example here. So say our gross income paid per paycheck, we're making $3,000. You know, that's pretty good size. Every semi-weekly, we're making $3,000. We're not marking anything. We have, you know, we're married, we have a dependent, but we chose to just sort of mark 0. So what's going to go on here? And we'll go ahead and say that we're married. And the NRA written on the W-4 form, we're going to say no, and we'll go ahead and just mark nothing here. We don't want any sort of deferred stuff. We're just marking 0. We're just going with it. We're married, marking 0. Now calculate. So here we're making $3,000. We are marital status. We're married. Now we don't have anything, you know, removed because we're not paying any pre-tax parking. We actually didn't mark that we have dependent care. This is a question over here. I think it's on the second page if you guys go through this form. Dependent care right here, it says right here, how much would you like taken out for dependent care? If you have a babysitter that takes care of your kid, you pay $500 a month. By the end of the year, that's $6,000. You want that deducted. You don't want to get taxed on that money because you don't want that refund. You want that money paid out to you. So at the end, you know, every paycheck, your taxable gross wage, you're getting taxed at that full $3,000 because you didn't mark any allowances. So the government is taking $357 out of your paycheck. So that's only the income tax. You're also going to pay a couple other ones. So this is only just one of the 3. You're getting usually taxed on 3. You're getting your federal, your state, a few little medical ones. So roughly by the end of the paycheck here, you're left with around, you know, $2,200 of this $3,000. Now, what happens if we begin to add some allowances in there? So we're married, we have a kid, we have some child care, blah, 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 blah. So how many exceptions do we want? We're going to go ahead and mark 5. And how much extra do we need set aside for our babysitter? You know what? We have an expensive babysitter. We're going to put $5,000. And that may actually go down here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and put it down here at the bottom. And do we have any medical insurance premiums, retirement reductions, flexible spending account? We'll go ahead and just put $10,000 because say we're invested into our 401k and we're also trying to have some money removed out for dependent care. So let's go ahead and calculate this now. So now we have 5 withholdings. We're also withholding some money from our paycheck. I don't know if this is paycheck wise or every single month here. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this. So every 2 weeks, say we pay the babysitter $500 in our example here, and then every week we're also putting $250 into our 401k, so that bumps us up to $750. I think this is bi-weekly here. So let's go ahead and calculate now. So we got paid $3,000. our withholdings is 8,444 because we have 5 allowances. Now we're also getting that $750 removed out because we have dependent care that's going towards the babysitter. We have some money that's going towards our 401k that's deferred. So our actual taxable gross income is only $1,400. So what we're giving to the federal government, we're only giving them $118 versus the $300 some dollars that we had prior. We're paying them half of what we had to. Now some people, they like to bump this up. They make $3,000, they may end up putting 9 different withholdings in here, and they'll still do the other amount here. So at the end of the paycheck, they're only handing the federal government $37. So 37 by 37, that's $74 that they're paying them every single month. At the end of the year, 74 by 12, that's 74 by 12, that's around $780 that they've paid the government. The government looks at that and says, hey, this is a little bit high. You have too many allowances going through your report, and you actually owe us $200, $300. Okay, I'm really sorry. Here you go. Here's your $300, $400. Thank you for letting me hold on to it this year. I was able to invest it in a high yield savings account. That $1,000, that $2,000, that extra $3,000 that you let me hold on to, that turned into an extra $150, $200, $300, or if you invest in the stock market a little bit more. So that's basically it. I just wanted to cover this. If you guys are interested in checking any of this information out, if you guys mark withholdings at a 0, I would definitely recommend going in, doing the calculator, and this is the 2017 one, but check out the 2018 one and see how many allowances you should actually be claiming. You should be wanting to pay the government back. You don't want them to have a 0% interest loan, because that's money you could be having in your bank account, in your investments, in the high yield savings account, working for you, instead of giving the government a 0% interest loan that they're handing you back at the end of the year, and you're feeling really happy because you made that extra $1,000. I see so many people that are so happy getting that refund, but in all honesty, you just gave the government a 0% loan for the year. So that is it for this video. If you guys did learn something today, if you guys like to mark a little bit higher and get that income tax not marked as high, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. If you guys did learn something again and you like this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons below. So that is it for this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. As a friendly disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, tax professional. The information provided is my opinion for entertainment and fun. This is not investment advice. This is just me as a financial investor trying to help others make their money work for them. This is money that you shouldn't be paying the government, giving them a loan. This is money that you should have invested working for you. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.